Naruto, 10 times the villains won. Plot armor is not given, and honorable shinobi have died on several occasions to ensure that their comrades might live on to continue the mission. One of the best aspects of the Naruto universe is the fact that the heroes must earn their victories. Plot armor is not given, and honorable shinobi have died on several occasions to ensure that their comrades might live on to continue the mission. Subsequently, there have been many instances where the villains have triumphed decisively over their heroic counterparts. Through identifying their greatest successes, we can better appreciate just how cruel the villains of the series could be when they were able to steal a victory and how their actions have reshaped the story permanently. 10. Madara decimated all 5 Kage at once. The 5 Kage did not want Naruto to shoulder the burden of the 4th ninja war alone and volunteered to stand against Madara. As noble as this may have been, they were unprepared for the danger they faced. Capable of spawning multiple Susanos, the reborn Uchiha quickly dominated his new opponents, incurring minimal injury in the process. This was an excellent illustration of his unbridled power and a fitting way to set up one of Shippuden's strongest antagonists. Without Zetsu's interference, it was unclear whether or not Naruto and Sasuke could have defeated him. 9. Gaara defeated Sasuke Sakura easily. When the Sand Village's invasion of the Leaf was fully underway, Sasuke and Sakura both went to defeat Gaara. The former sought to conclude their interrupted battle at the Chunin exams and prove to himself that he was still stronger than Naruto. The result of the violence explicitly demonstrated otherwise. Though a Shikaku-infused Gaara was able to defeat and detain the young Uzumaki's Team 7 allies, he was bested through a clever combination of Gamabunta and the Nine-Tails Fox's chakra. Sasuke's impotence to defend Konoha pushed him further into the arms of Orochimaru. 8. Kakuzu Haiden killed Asuma. Asuma was the sensei for Choji, Ino, and Shikamaru, as well as the son of Hiruzen, Sarutobi. When Kakuzu and Haiden fought his team, he gave his life so that his students might escape. They were no match for the combination of Kakuzu's durability and Haiden's immortality. However, Shikamaru would not soon forget the sacrifice made on his behalf and didn't rest until his master was avenged. He buried the man who killed him in rubble and obliterated his entire body to inflict a fate worse than death. It was perhaps Nara's darkest moment of the entire series. 7. Deidara defeated Gaara retrieved his tailed beast. Deidara's fight against Gaara was the first meaningful battle against the Akatsuki in Shippuden. Though the Kazekage had a palpable advantage to his clay-flinging counterpart, his overconfidence became his downfall. By inserting tiny clay insects through the grains of Gaara's shield, Deidara engineered a point-blank explosion that capitalized on Gaara's low durability and knocked him out instantly. The Akatsuki member would promptly collect his body and return it to his masters for Shikaku's extraction. Since the heroes were not able to intervene in time, this would cost Gaara his life even if he would be resurrected later. 6. Gaara crushed Rock Lee's limbs crippled him. Gaara was not always a hero. At the beginning of the series, he served as a willing pawn to Orochimaru so that he could slake his bloodlust. His fight against Rock Lee was easily the highlight of the Chunin exams, matching hard work against natural talent. Unfortunately, the latter would prove victorious. Though Rock Lee was the first shinobi to harm Gaara, his limbs were crushed one by one in front of a horrified audience. Unwilling to give up even when unconscious, Might Guy was forced to intervene to save his student's life. 5. Danzo stopped Shisui from preventing the Uchiha genocide. Discontent with the looming Uchiha threat and Shisui's proposed solution to it, Danzo and his Foundation henchmen ambushed the young man and injured him severely. Through feigning unconsciousness, Shimura was able to rip out his target's Sharingan and send him on the run. realizing that he would no longer be able to prevent the impending massacre of his clan. Shisui gave his remaining eye to his closest friend, Itachi. This shortly precipitated his death, as he was now blind. 4. Orochimaru defeated Team 7 in the Forest of Death. After gleaning the potential that Sasuke posed for a future host body, Orochimaru sought to give him a taste of his power and something that might bind him to his will. Defeating Naruto and Sakura easily, he left a curse mark on the young Uchiha's neck. This would play a critical role in the story almost instantly, as illustrated through Sasuke's triumph over Team Dosu. Given that he beat a trio that Rock Lee could not, who in turn had won against the avenging Uchiha recently, the strength that the curse mark presented was immediately evident. 3. Itachi dominated Sasuke during their reunion. When Naruto was imperiled by the Akatsuki, Sasuke saw an opportunity both to prove himself stronger than his friend and more importantly to enact vengeance for the atrocities committed against the Uchiha clan. As a result, he raced to the inn and came face to face with Kisame and Itachi. Predictably, the hero's temerity yielded nothing short of a disaster. His older sibling defeated and humiliated him before Jiraiya and Naruto. This had the inverse result of what Sasuke had hoped for and illustrated once again that he was not getting much stronger by staying in Konoha. 2. Orochimaru murdered Hiruzen in broad daylight. At the culmination of the Chunin exams, Orochimaru revealed his true identity and attacked Hiruzen Sarutobi. The Sound Four provided a barrier to prevent Konoha from assisting their leader but could not directly aid the fallen Sannin since they were maintaining the ward. Through the usage of the Edo Tensei and other forbidden jutsu, Orochimaru gained a decisive upper hand against his former mentor. Realizing that he was doomed, Hiruzen cast the Reaper Death Seal to end his adversary's carnage by destroying his arms, though it cost him his own life. 1. Jiraiya's death against Pain illustrated how deadly his former student was. When Jiraiya realized the identity of Pain and needed answers to the mysterious source of his power, he went to the Rain Village alone with the understanding that he might not survive. Though he performed admirably at first, the Six Paths' ability to resurrect one another, combined with their overwhelming numbers, were ultimately sufficient to defeat their former master. However, his sacrifice would not be in vain. The Toad Sage discovered Nagato's abilities and conveyed them to Konoha through the proxy of a messenger.